Food. This is Brady Hausman, and today we're going to be making a meal from a anime video game for you anime lovers out there. It's called Meat Lovers Meat Fest from the video game Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This video is not sponsored by Toei Animations or Funimation, by the way. This dish is inspired by the actual meal item you can get in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot after collecting a few sorts of ingredients for a chef to make within the video game. What you're going to need is Spam, 25% less sodium, a quarter cut sliced. I'm going to dice as well, not dice, but quarter cut and then halve it a little bit. Half cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, half cup of low sodium soy sauce, scallions or green onion, that's fine. For the rice, it did call for 4 cups of rice, but that's a little too much, so I'm just going to use 4 cups of rice. If you don't know how to cook rice, it should be easy. Just follow the box as instructed, but all you pretty much want to do is boil in this case I'm using 4 cups of rice, so I'll pour in 4 cups of water in a deep pan or pot or wok if you have one, and then bring the water up to a boil. And once the water starts boiling, add in your 4 cups of rice. Let that stir, cover, and let off the heat for a little bit, for about 5 minutes. And then once the 5 minutes is up, just go ahead and use a fork or something to fluff it up. And you should be all set. By the way, most of my recipes aren't technically mine. I do find other recipes where they may seem interesting, like from a book or a video I've seen on Facebook, for example. But I do a little modification to my own. Like if a recipe didn't call for bacon, for example, I'll add 8 slices of bacon, 6 how many slices of bacon I need. Or chicken, I can do 1 chicken breast and cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then to modify or just change something out to make the recipe a little bit different from the original video. Anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to take my Spam. I'm going to try to get a quarter piece sliced. Well, quarter pieces sliced. Just kind of like that. I am not the best at eyeballing the quarter, but I am trying my best. And that's close enough. I'll just try to somewhat like that, and then I'm just gonna have them. So 2 at a time or 1 at a time if you like. Just kind of cut them in half so that they're smaller. And just keep doing it for how many pieces of spam you have, up until you get to your last 2 or 1 if you did them one at a time. Alright, perfect. Just like that in a way. Now, I'm going to get these on a frying pan. The original tool used in the recipe was like a grill, but I don't have that in hand. So I'm just going to fry them up in the frying pan, and it'll basically work the same way. It just won't have the grill marks on them. But like I said, it'll still be the same way. Right. I'm going to throw these on the frying pan and let them fry up for a little bit, not too long, but about 3 to 4 minutes, or depending on how long it takes for the spam to brown up. But I'm just putting the spam down on the pan right now. Just like that. I may not have enough room for every piece, concerning, even though this is like a big frying pan, it will hold all of it. But we shall see. I got the stove at a medium-low heat right now, so it should be perfect. It could be a lower heat if you like, but I'm doing that at a medium-low heat, so that way. Nah, I got no excuse for that. I just like doing the medium-low heat. Perfect like that. So just kind of let the spam cook a little bit. Some may take its time to brown up a bit with how uneven my cuts are within the spam, but it should work out the same. Just kind of keep an eye on your spam. Kind of flip each single one, just to make sure. And then kind of now, in all fairness, you could just keep them whole, like before you get them halved, after you get them into quarters, and then cook it that way. So that way it's less time consuming and a little bit more even on all sides. But like I said, it's all going to be worth the while. It's going to be the same way either way. Oh. Get this one flipped. You can see that everything is starting to get brownish, like cooked. On top, you don't want to cook it for too long. You can if you want to, but either way, it's going to go back in the pan once we get the sauce going. I'm going to get a plate and transfer the Spam on there. Just like that. If some pieces will let me. Come on, you hey. Got her. Alright. Now, for the sauce, we're going to take the brown sugar, soy sauce, and the oyster sauce in the pan that we just used, and just kind of get everything together. So I'm just going to throw the brown sugar in, soy sauce. That scared me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Your oyster sauce. And just kind of mix everything till the brown sugar dissolves. I'm going to heat down a little bit. Just kind of get her mixed. Just like that. Alright. Now I'm going to take the butter, and that's going to go in. No, this one's medium heat. But still, just keep on stirring your sauce here so that everything mixes in, from the oyster to the brown sugar to the soy and the butter. Just kind of for about 8 minutes or so. Hopefully not too long. But like I said, that this is going to be part of the Spam that we just cooked up earlier, to give it a little bit more flavor, so that way it's not just like a spongy cake on top of rice with green onion, even with the sauce here. Just kind of stir everything around the best you can. Oh my god, it smells so good right now. Just kind of your stirred on in. I could use a saucepan to make it easier, but the book said use a medium pan, which this isn't medium, but it works out just fine. Just kind of don't want to give it a candied look either. Just kind of spread it around like that. Turning the temperature down. And behold, the return of the Spam. Just kind of get them in and try to spread them around a bit. Oop. Just be quicker. I'm just going to carefully get them in. Just like that. Kind of want to coat them as well as you're stirring them up. I got this back in a medium-low heat, so that way everything's not cooking up. Well, at least until the sauce part of it doesn't cook all the way. Kind of get everything coated. Just kind of let that sit for a little bit. Four to 5 minutes should be the amount of time you should have your Spam in the sauce, and the cooking time for the or the prep time for the sauce could be or should be 8 minutes, but I'm impatient to try this. Okay. All right, so everything should be cooked. I just turned off the Spam pot or Spam pan. Now take a bowl, place it with some rice. It calls for a ramen bowl, but I don't have those in hand, like the grill. So I'm just going to put a little bit of rice in, or depending on how much you want. Some of the Spam with the sauce. I'm just going to take a spoon and carefully drizzle some on top. Don't want to scrape the pan as you're trying to drizzle. Doesn't have to be too much, considering you got some of the sauce on the Spam, but it's good to have some, you know. And then we're going to top it off with some green onion. Alright. Now, you could use more than what I have in here for the rice, but it all should work the exact same way as putting, or at least using a ramen bowl, like a normal ramen bowl. And that was how to make Meat Lover's Meat Fest from the video game Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Again, it is inspired by the game and not my original recipe, but like I said, I modify some recipes, so in a way it will be not my own, but my own in a way. But feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. View the last video here or here. I'll have the recipe in the description below, and same with the last video as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.